Hello, this video was supposed to be up just after the grand final, like on the same week after after the weekend. But in my defense, I actually did go to the grand final, which was an amazing experience. And there is a whole vlog of it on the Sir Davidoff vlog channel, although it's likely you've already seen it. The video was number 7 in Australia, number 7 in any country. Like, being top 10 in any country is just insane. I don't know how that even happened, but I appreciate the support. And even though 99% of you have probably seen it already, because I feel like everybody saw that video, just in case you haven't, I was at the grand final and there is a video. And I flew home, like literally, I flew home on Monday, Tuesday, I can't remember now. I flew home Monday night, I think. So I had time, but I went to Texas to watch Formula One. And then I stayed in Texas to explore. It was very hot, honestly, the second hottest place I've experienced after Dubai. To be fair, when I went to Australia, I've not experienced Australia in its hottest months, because you normally visit during AFL season, and obviously Australia gets hotter when AFL is not playing. So, but still, Austin was the second hottest place I've experienced. Then I went to Chicago, one of the coldest places I've experienced ever. After experiencing Austin and Chicago, I will never complain about British weather ever again. It was so cold in Chicago and so hot in Texas. I couldn't bear either one. To be fair, in Chicago, I just had a hoodie on, so that probably didn't help. But I didn't take a jacket. I also went to Ghana. Yeah, it was hot there as well. Very hot there. So yeah, went to America, came back. I went to work for one day, then flew to Africa the next day to visit Ghana. And now I am home on the 30th of October. So this video should be up pretty soon. I might delay it a bit, just a little bit, but you'll see it within the week of me recording this. This will be a rough prediction. Obviously, the last couple of years anyway, I do a draft ladder, predicting the 2026 ladder as a draft. So this is not my serious final submission. My main ladder prediction will be probably in February, because I'm planning on traveling to the US in February for 2 weeks. Not confirmed yet, because I got to get approval from work and I got to wait till January to get it. But aside from that, that's the plan. So because I'm traveling in February, I might put the video up early. I normally leave it quite late, to like just before the season starts, early March or end of Feb. Might be earlier than that, but February at the earliest. Okay, first week of February at the earliest. That's when I'll upload the main ladder prediction. So it might be different to this one. It might be similar. Who knows? We'll find out. But I'm pretty giddy after last year's predictions. I was very close. I got like 5. Was it 5? I think I got 5 exact positions correct, and I was like 4 off getting another 4 correct. I almost got half the ladder correct. It was kind of crazy. I did really well last year. But obviously this is the draft. This won't be my final predictions, but this is based on how the season has gone and how I think teams will do next season. There's not too many changes here and there, but there are some changes based on last year. In first place, I've got Geelong. Now, this might surprise you. Obviously, they got smashed in the grand final towards the end. You know, they did pretty well up to the third quarter. And normally teams that lose in the grand final don't tend to do well the following season, even if they don't get smashed that hard. And even though they did get smashed in the end, it wasn't like, it wasn't as bad as, what Sydney got. But still, they still got torn apart in that last quarter. So something like that doesn't help. Even losing by a few points in the grand final doesn't always help. So you might think, there's no way Geelong get a minor premiership after that grand final. They've got a good team. They got a strong team. I don't see them falling off that far. Maybe first is a bit nice, but I can definitely see them finishing top 4 again, for sure. But for now, I've put them first. In second, also my premiership winner prediction are the Brisbane Lions. Now, this is based on an omen. Well, maybe it's not an omen, but it's certainly a prediction based on the past. You see, in the early 2000s, as you already know, the Brisbane Lions reached 4 grand finals in a row. They won a three-peat, lost the 4th one. I predict they will do the same thing, the opposite direction. They lost the first one this time. Now they've won 2. To complete this theory, to complete this, all they have to do is win the 2026 grand final. And then they've done the exact opposite of the early 2000s. So this is based on just my imagination, but it's something that's definitely possible, for sure, because they've already reached 3 in a row. They've won 2 of them now, so they've got to win 1 more. Easier said than done, but, you know, there were parts of this year and last year where it did not look like they win the Premiership. But they turned it on when they needed to. In the finals, they woke up. Like, in the last 2 years as well, like, they were not that convincing in the first round of finals, first week of finals. Obviously lost to Geelong this year in the finals. The previous year, yeah, they smashed Carlton, but they weren't that convincing. They did not look like a Premiership contender. Both seasons, in the first half of the semi, not too great. Then second half of the semi onwards, just unbelievable. Just roared to the Premiership. So they know when to wake up. You know, they seem to wake up at the right time, those Lions. So I put them in second. But based on the last 2 seasons, it feels like their regular season is not that consistent. It's the finals where they start really coming alive. So maybe they won't finish second. They might finish like 7th and win the flag. Like, I wouldn't put it past them at this point because their finals record is just crazy. They've gone through the semis both times they've won it. They do better when they struggle. But yeah, they're just a great team, and when they get on top of you, they don't stop, and they're just terrifying to watch. So they'll be tough to beat in the finals. The best way to stop them is to get them out the finals, but that takes a lot of effort. But I put them second for now. I got Adelaide in third. Obviously, they had an embarrassing final series, but they had a strong regular season, and I think their lack of finals experience is what cost them in the end. They just lost to teams that were more used to playing in that stage. But I don't think they'll fall off completely. I still think they'll be a contender. And I think they will learn from the straight sets exits. It doesn't mean they go all the way this time, but they might actually at least win a final. And I think they'll definitely make it. I still think they're good enough to actually make it. What they got to improve on is the finals. That's what they got to improve on, but they can't do that until September. But I think they'll make it there. But I've got them third. Maybe that's too nice, but I've got them third. Also being too nice, the Sydney Swans. Maybe being very nice. I put them in fourth. Maybe bold. Just a reminder, there's a draft prediction. It's not my real prediction. But I could keep them there, depending on what I think. Sydney are... I don't want to use the term sleeping giants. I want to use the term like a giant that's been humbled and is still trying to recover. This is a team that reached 2 grand finals in 3 years. They're not exactly a bad team. I just feel like losing those grand finals has really affected them really badly. But there's a team in there. There is a team in there. And it's just a case of when they can recover from what they've suffered from. I genuinely think, if they can, get their confidence up, I think they got a squad good enough, to at least be in the 8. Maybe 4th is too nice, but again, it's a draft ladder. But I think them being in the 8 is definitely something that's plausible. Definitely something that can happen. Is 4th too nice? Maybe. But you know what? If they do it next season, well, I mean, it depends what I say in February, to be honest. But because if I put them 9th in February, then this video doesn't matter anyway. There's a draft prediction. So then if they do finish 4th next year, then the joke's on me because I changed it. So the decision for me is, do I have the cojones to keep them in the 8s? You'll find out in February. In 5th, I got Hawthorn. Hawthorn obviously did much better this season in the finals. Not as good in the regular season. I don't think we were that good regular season. I think most people would agree with that, actually. We just weren't as consistent and looked very beatable at times. Had a lot of bad results as well against teams that were in the 8 and around the 8. We were not good enough against teams above us, especially. So that needs to improve. Obviously, in the finals, we started to, it started to look decent. Even took Geelong at least the halfway. Obviously, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, Paddy did what he normally does at his best, and Geelong in general played very well second half. But up to half time in the prelim, our finals campaign was very good. So I think if we can, as long as we make it there, I think will be tough to beat. And I would love to go one step further to make the grand final and hopefully win it. So that'll be 2 steps further. But I am not confident enough to put us in 4th based on the regular season. If I was basing it on finals, sure, I'd put us top 4. But I'm looking at the whole season, and the way we were in the finals, that wasn't there for most of the regular season. And we were in danger of dropping out the 8 like a couple of rounds left. So, it could have gone wrong for us. It could have gone wrong. It didn't. But I'm not going to be crazy and go, okay, we're going to finish 2nd, guys. No. I'm not that confident. I need to see more from us first, outside of the finals. We need to get September right, but we need to getting to September right and not leaving it to round 24. In 6th place, I got Fremantle. I think they'll make the 8 again. I think they're more than good enough. Obviously, they choked really hard against Gold Coast. To be fair, Gold Coast they were ahead for most of that game one day anyway. So, in terms of the game, maybe not a big choke, but it was in terms of like the season, like losing at home to Gold Coast, their first finals game ever. Pretty big choke. But I think they'll make it again. I think they'll be good. Maybe they'll finish higher than 6th. I wouldn't be surprised if they finished 4th or something, but I'm going to put them in 6th because they are Fremantle and they're not always reliable. Gold Coast in 7th. I think they'll make the 8 again. I think some people put them higher than that. I think people will be bold enough to put them like in top 4. I just don't know about that. But I think they are worthy of finals now. So I had to put them in there, especially after last year. I put them in the 8, and that's where they finished in the 8. I think I got their position right as well. In 8th place, you may have noticed I've not mentioned the team. That's very good. That's always in the 8. Collingwood, I put them in 8th. Yeah, that should be interesting. Obviously, a draft ladder that could change, but I put them in 8th. I think they're still a good team. I just, I got a feeling that they might not be a top 4 team this year, but I still think they'll make the 8. I don't think I got the cojones to put them outside the 8. I just can't see that happening. But I put Collingwood in 8th. St Kilda in 9th. St Kilda suffering even more pain, just missing out. Not much reasoning, to be honest, below 8th place. I've just put these teams there because that's where I think they'll finish. They are more than free to prove me wrong. GWS in 10th. Maybe that's the harshest one there because they're probably better than 10th. They are better than 10th, but I can definitely see them finishing 10th because GWS are a very up and down team. They can have great seasons and really bad seasons. You don't know what you're getting with them sometimes. Western Bulldogs in 11th. I think they're a team that can make the 8. I just think, like the last 2 years, they'll miss out again. Carlton in 12th. Port Adelaide in 13th. Not much reasoning. I just don't expect either team to be in the 8, but I don't expect either of those teams to be like bottom 4. So they are where they are. Essendon in 14th. North in 15th. You know what? I'll change that around. Okay, North Melbourne in 14th. And Essendon in 15th. Out of the bottom teams from 2025, I think North Melbourne are the most likely to improve. I could, of course, be wrong about that, but I'm going to put Essendon in the bottom 4. Melbourne in 16th, Richmond 17th, West Coast 18th. Yeah, just the bottom 3, I feel like I don't need a reason. They're just there. But out of those 3 teams, I expect some interesting things from Richmond. I expect some good games from them next year. I said I expect more from them than Melbourne, and I put them below Melbourne. But it's fine. That is my draft ladder. Because it's a draft ladder, we'll be very casual with it, and I just show you on the screen. Will it focus? Yes, it will. There you go. That's my draft ladder. Okay? And my flag winner prediction are the Brisbane Lions, based on a complete imaginative idea. They'll do the reverse of 01 to 04. 4 grand finals, 1 loss, 3 wins. They just got to win 2026, and they've done it in reverse. So that is my flag prediction. So hope you enjoyed that. Put your draft ladder down below. You will not be judged next year in the Stupid Idiots based on the comments on this, because there's a draft ladder, there's a practice ladder, and we'll do the real one in February. This is your boy Zavanov. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and I will hopefully be coming to Australia one last time, at least for a little while, because I plan to save for Antarctica in May. Not Antarctica in May, Australia in May. I'm planning to visit Darwin, Sydney, WA, but not Perth, but somewhere in Lucky Bay, which is in WA. It's a beach in WA, and Melbourne. I have unfinished business there. I've not visited Wilson's Prom yet, so I need to make that trip. So yeah, I look forward to that trip, hopefully in May next year, and I'm very excited about that. So I'll see you then, and I'll see you for the 2026 season. I'm very excited, and go Hawks. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have I said my outro? I think I have. Goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?